Hello, welcome back to English Junction. I am so happy you are here today. Today, we have a very special story. It is a story about time. Do you feel like you are running? Do you feel like you are too slow? Sometimes we look at our phones. We see our friends. One friend has a new car. Another friend has a big house. We see young people with a lot of money. In those moments, we feel sad. We think, I am 30 years old, or I am 50 years old and I have nothing. I am late. But today I want to tell you, you are not late. In this story, we meet a man named Julian. He thinks his life is over because he is 35 and he has no job. But he meets a wise gardener. The gardener shows him that every flower has its own time to grow. This is a long lesson. Relax. Listen to my voice. Let's learn English together. Julian sat on a bench in the park. The sun was warm, but Julian felt cold inside. In his hand, he had a magazine. The picture on the front was a young boy. The boy was only 19 years old, but he was a billionaire. Julian looked at his own hands. They were empty. I am 35 years old, Julian said quietly. I lost my job. I have no money. I am too late for success. Julian felt like he was in a race. He looked at the people walking in the park. They all looked busy. They all looked fast. Julian felt like he was standing still while the world ran past him. Near the bench, an old man was working. His name was Marcus. Marcus was a gardener. He was putting small brown seeds into the dark earth. He moved slowly. He looked very peaceful. Marcus looked at Julian. He saw the magazine. He saw Julian's sad eyes. The sun is high in the sky, young man, Marcus said. Why are you sitting in the dark? Julian looked up. I am a failure, Marcus. Look at this boy. He is a success at 19. I am 35 and I am starting again. I am so far behind. Marcus stopped working. He took a small seed and held it up. Do you see this seed, Julian? This is a sunflower seed. If I plant it today, it will be tall in 3 months. Then Marcus pointed to a very large oak tree. That tree took 80 years to grow. Do you think the oak tree feels like a failure because the sunflower grows faster? Julian looked at the giant tree. Its branches were strong. It was beautiful. No, Julian said. The tree is just a tree. Exactly, Marcus smiled. The sunflower has its time. The oak has its time. And Julian, you have your time too. Julian looked at the small sunflower seed in Marcus's hand. Then he looked at the giant oak tree. He was thinking. But Marcus, Julian said, the sunflower is already tall. People see it. They admire its bright yellow color. The oak tree is strong, yes, but it takes so long. I don't want to wait 50 years to be successful. Marcus laughed softly. He dug a small hole in the ground. Speed is a trick, Julian. Do you know about the grass that grows after the rain? It grows in one day. It is very green. But when the hot sun comes, that grass dies in 1 hour. Why? Because it has no roots. Marcus patted the soil. The oak tree is slow because it is busy underground. For many years, you do not see a big tree. You only see a small plant. But underneath, the roots are growing deep. They are touching the rocks. They are finding water. The oak tree is building a foundation. Your life is like the oak tree, Julian, Marcus continued. You lost your job. You feel like you are standing still. But maybe this is your time to grow your roots. Maybe you need to learn new things. Maybe you need to become a stronger person inside. If you grow fast like the grass, you will fall fast. But if you grow deep roots, you will be unstoppable. Julian looked at his hands again. They didn't feel so empty now. He thought about all the things he wanted to learn. He wanted to study a new language. He wanted to learn how to lead a team. He wanted to be a better friend. So, Julian whispered, I am not wasting time. I am building my roots. Exactly, Marcus said. A tree that grows fast is weak. A tree that grows slow is a king. Do not look at the young billionaire on your phone. He has his journey. You have yours. Your roots will support your future. The next week, the weather changed. The sky became gray and the wind became very strong. It was a big storm. Julian stayed inside his small apartment. He looked out the window. He saw the trees in the park moving in the wind. The rain was very heavy. He thought about the small sunflower seeds. He thought about the grass. I hope the garden is okay, Julian thought. The next morning, the sun came out. Julian went to the park. He saw Marcus near the big oak tree. Marcus was cleaning the ground. Julian looked around. He saw something sad. The beautiful green grass from last week was gone. It was under the mud. The small flowers were broken, but the big oak tree was still there. It did not move. It lost some leaves, but it was strong. You see, Julian, Marcus said, the storm comes for everyone. It comes for the rich boy in the magazine. It comes for me, and it comes for you. Marcus pointed to a broken flower on the ground. This flower grew fast. It looked perfect, but it had no roots to hold the earth. When the wind came, the flower fell. Then he looked at the oak tree. The oak tree stayed because it was ready. It spent a long time growing deep before it grew high. Julian looked at the tree. He realized a big truth. Hard times are like the storm. If you only have a fast life with no roots, a problem will break you. But if you use your quiet time to build a strong mind, you can survive any storm. Months passed. Julian did not get a new job at a bank immediately. In the past, this would make him feel very small. He would look at his phone and feel jealous of his friends. But now he had a new secret. He had the secret of the roots. Every morning, Julian woke up at 6 a.m. He did not check his phone. Instead, he sat by the window and drank a glass of water. He watched the sunrise. He told himself, I am not late. I am preparing. He began to study every day. He went to the library. The library was free and quiet. He took books about history, books about people, and books about how to be a good leader. Sometimes his friends called him. Julian, come out with us. We are going to an expensive restaurant, they said. I cannot today, Julian replied. I am busy. Busy doing what? They laughed. You don't have a job? Julian smiled. He didn't feel angry. I am growing my roots, he thought. He also went to the park every afternoon to help Marcus. He learned how to touch the soil. He learned which plants need a lot of water and which plants need a lot of sun. He learned that you cannot shout at a flower to make it grow faster. You can only give it the right environment and wait. 1 year later, Julian was walking in the park. He looked different. He walked with his head high. He was not rich yet, but he was calm. He was strong. He saw a man sitting on his old bench. The man was young, maybe 24 years old. He was crying. In his hand was a phone. Julian sat down next to him. What is wrong? Julian asked gently. I am a failure, the young man said. My friends are all successful. They have big companies. I have nothing. I am so far behind. Julian looked at the big oak tree. It was even bigger and more beautiful than a year ago. I want to tell you a story, Julian said. I want to tell you about a sunflower and an oak tree. I want to tell you that you are not in a race. You are in a garden. At that moment, Julian's phone rang. It was a call from a new company. They didn't want a fast worker. They wanted someone with wisdom. They wanted someone who knew how to survive a storm. Julian, the voice said, we saw your work. We want you to be our manager. We need someone who builds deep roots. Julian looked at Marcus. Marcus was far away, planting a new tree. Marcus didn't see him, but Julian whispered, thank you. Julian's story is over, but your story is happening right now. Many of you are listening to this video because you want to speak English. Maybe you feel like Julian. You see people on YouTube who speak perfect English. You see people who learn a language in 3 months. You think, I am slow. I am not good. I am a failure. But remember Marcus the gardener. Remember the oak tree. You are in the root phase. Every day you listen to English, your roots grow 1 millimeter deeper. You cannot see the growth today. You cannot see the growth tomorrow. But inside your brain, something is changing. You are building a foundation. If you learn English very fast, you might forget it very fast. But if you learn slowly, like the oak tree, the English will stay in your heart forever. The storm will come. You will have a difficult day. But you will not forget your English because your roots are deep. How can you be like Julian? How can you grow your roots every day? First, stop comparing. Do not look at other students. Their life is their garden. Your life is your garden. Comparison is a thief. It steals your happiness. Second, be consistent. Julian went to the library every morning. He did not go one day and stop. He went every day. If you listen to English for 20 minutes every day, you are winning. Third, wait for the bloom. A flower does not grow because you shout at it. A flower grows because it has water, sun, and time. Give yourself time. Be kind to yourself. Marcus told Julian that a tree needs water every day. It does not need a river one day and then no water for a month. It needs a little bit of water, but it needs it every day. Your English is the same. Many students try to study for 5 hours on Saturday. Then, they do not study on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. This is not the way of the oak tree. This is the way of the grass. To be unstoppable, you must find your daily seed. What is a daily seed? It is a small action. Maybe you listen to one English song in the morning. Maybe you write 3 sentences in a notebook before you sleep. Maybe you watch 5 minutes of this video every day. Julian did not become a manager in one day. He became a manager because he went to the library every morning. He was consistent. When you are consistent, your brain starts to trust you. Your brain says, "Oh, we are learning English today. Okay, let me build a route." In the story, Julian told himself something very important. Every morning he looked at the sun and said, "I am not late. I am preparing." What do you say to yourself? Many students say English is too hard. I am too old. I have a bad memory. These words are like poison for your roots. They make the ground dry. They make it difficult to grow. You must change your words. Try to say these sentences with me now. Speak slowly. Speak clearly. I am a student and I am growing. Every mistake is a new root. I have my own time. I am building a strong foundation. One big secret of the oak tree is silence. You cannot hear a tree grow. If you stand next to a tree for 1 hour, you see nothing. You hear nothing. But the tree is working very hard. Your English journey is often silent. You listen to this video for 20 minutes. Maybe you feel the same as you felt 20 minutes ago. You think, am I better now? The answer is yes. Growth is quiet. You are learning how words sound. You are learning how a story feels. You are learning to be patient. You are building the invisible roots. One day you will go to work, or you will go to a new country. You will open your mouth, and English will come out. You will be surprised. You will think, where did these words come from? They came from the silent hours. They came from this video. They came from your patience. It is time to finish our lesson. Look at the world around you today. Look at the trees. Look at the flowers. Remember that nothing in nature runs a race. Julian is happy now because he stopped running. He started growing. I want you to be happy too. Do not be sad because you are not a billionaire at 19. Do not be sad because your English is not perfect today. You are an oak tree. You are deep. You are strong. And you are exactly on time. Thank you for being part of English Junction. Thank you for giving me your time. Your time is a gift. I will see you very soon in our next lesson. Go out today and grow your roots. Goodbye.